Okay, we are recording. Testity test test. Alright, testing. And this is going to be the vinyl community tag. Yet another test. Ooh, are shining right at the lens. And that is not acceptable. Recording. This is going to be final test time. Hi folks, I'm Will. I even shaved and brushed my teeth for this. January is the month. 2026 is the year, which means it is final tag time. Final tag time. I know this is going to take a long time, so maybe I can just make it quick. I don't know. Anyway, we're going to start off here with the best purchase I made last year in 2025, and that is undoubtedly the Dukes of Stratosphere. I bought both of their records, the first EP, 25 O'Clock, and the second LP, which is Sonic Sunspot. I did a whole video about this, 2 weeks ago, something like that. These are the 2019 200 gram reissues on Ape House Records, Andy Partridge's record label. Best psychedelia I have ever heard right there, folks. Number 2, best show you've seen from 2025. I'm still COVID cautious, so I don't really go to see shows because I don't trust y'all at all. But I did make a trip specifically up to Detroit to go see Devo and to go see the Detroit Institute of Arts. It's one of my favorite art museums, and I love art museums. But yeah, Devo, one of my favorite bands ever. This particular copy of this particular record is my favorite record of theirs. This one came from my friend Ross, and I will be forever grateful to have an original Devo Freedom of Choice. So yeah, thanks Ross for everything. You gave me so much. Anyway, next up after that, your vinyl record collection in 10 years' time. Is it bigger, smaller, or about the same? Explain why. I've got 1,200 records that are currently cataloged on Discogs, and there's a number of records that haven't been cataloged, and I've only cataloged one of a number of hundreds of CDs, so I don't want it to be about the same. I figure maybe 1,300 records is a good number, like this little corner. So I'm just going to curate this. Like, yeah, it's my art collection. I want this to be a, I don't know, just vibes and all the records that I've always loved and all the records that I will love in the future. But 1,300 is a good number. 1,300 is good enough. I'm not trying to be ridiculous. 1,300. 13's good. Next up is number 4, or Quatuor, if you are one of the Latin speakers out there. I'm not a Latin speaker, but I still remember how to count up to 20 in Latin. Number Quatuor. You move into a new home. You play one record turned up to 11 to announce your arrival. What is it and why? Well, it's like if I were moving into a new home, it would be me and my partner. So I would have to find a record that would be equally as awesome for both of us, and that would be Björk and her amazing solo debut. This is a reissue from I'm not even sure what year. I think it might be 180 gram, but yeah, it's on One Little Indian. I remember watching MTV and seeing the Human Behavior video for the first time. I already knew who Björk was. Because of my brother being a Sugar Cubes fan. But yeah, Human Behavior stuck with me immediately. The video was amazing. The message of the song has always really appealed to me. And yeah, my partner is a big Björk fan as well. This would be the one. An amazing record. Super great for loudness. Yeah, loud play with Björk. Excellent times. Show 2 albums, one each for your favorite male and female singers. Why these 2? There are a ton of singers that I really love. So I went with old school singers, one of whom was around about 20 years ago, starting 20 years ago. The other one was around starting, like 70 years ago. These guys started in the 50s, I think. But the Everly Brothers, Don and Phil, they're really great songwriters, but they're also really great singers. And they did awesome harmonies together, so super high quality songs. This is just a compilation of singles. It's on Demon Records. I think it's a UK pressing or something like that. But yeah, cool blue. I bought this thing at a half price books for like $10. It was a super cheap price, but it sounds great. It looks great. And it's the single, so it's a whole bunch of really good Everly Brothers songs. This one had Poor Jenny on it, which is one of my all-time fave old school tunes. Yeah, if you ever need a song from the Everly Brothers. If you want to try them out, try Poor Jenny. It's a great little storytelling song, and I love it so much. And as far as lady singers, we're going to go with Sharon Jones, the incomparable Sharon Jones, and the Dap Kings. She started, this is her first record from, I believe, 2002. It's Dap Dippin' with Sharon Jones and the Dap Kings. Some of the most danceable, good-timey music of all time, if you ask me. Sharon Jones, I miss her so much. She died in 2016. I never got to see her, and I will forever regret it, because of course I was around, and they would have been touring, and I never saw them, and Sharon Jones. Sharon Jones forever. Sharon Jones. We like to have fun here. Show your top 3 soul dance. I cannot show my top 3 soul and/or dance records. There are too many of them, but I think I can show my number 1. James Brown, 20 all-time greatest hits. This is a compilation from 1991 that was just reissued a couple years ago or so. This particular version is a 2-disc on red vinyl. You can also get it on black. And it's just greatest hits. It's really heavy on the funky stuff. He also started out doing bluesy stuff, more standard soul before he got into the funk that would change the world, basically. And this is a little bit more heavy on the funk side of things, but not forgetting the earlier side of things. And James Brown, 20 all-time greatest hits. This record is usually, every time I've seen it, it's been affordable. It's like a $30 record. So 2 discs, some of the best music you could possibly hear. That's less than $50. Just buy a copy, folks. If you don't have James Brown in your collection, what are you doing? Do you really even like music? After that, we're going to go for Mandrill. This one is called New Worlds. I bought it because the cover art is by this guy named Aaron Douglas, who's one of my favorite visual artists of all time. He's a Harlem Renaissance painter, and just so good. I saw one of his canvases very much like this one at the Detroit Institute of Arts a number of years ago, and it blew my mind. So when I noticed that this record was cover art by Aaron Douglas, and I had heard a good recommendation from DJ Vinyl Vertigo from some other Madrigal record, I was like, okay, I'll buy that. And I was listening to it, and there is a song on here called Having a Love Attack. Just a disco song about being in a disco, and it is so good. And I love it so much. Mandrill. Next up, third one, new record. This just came out this past year. Say She She, Cut and Rewind. This is a fantastically rare, cool vinyl edition. It was exclusive, I believe, to Coal Mine Records, and I think there was only 200 or 300 copies in this particular vinyl color combo. This is another artist that you should not sleep on. Say She She is Pia, Naya, and Sabrina. They do these awesome 3-part harmonies, and their band is Orgone, a longtime LA funk outfit. I was a little bit afraid of this record. Like, I first heard it, and I was like, I don't think I instantly like this the way I did their last 2 records. But it's been growing on me ever since, and it's just one of those records that, I can tell it's going to be one of those that took me a little while to get into, but will stay there now that it is there. Okay, so next up is number 7. That would be, what is it? Quatuor Quinque Sex Septem. Septem in Latin is number 7. This one is a real stinker. Nominate a track you hate from an album you love. Why the hate? And this one's actually another album from my friend Ross. I fucking love this record. It is Black Gladiator by Bo Diddley. It's got one of the best covers I've seen in a long time. It's on Chess Records. And this is what he was wearing during this era. I've seen him playing shows on YouTube. This one is on, this one's on the Checker imprint from Chess. So not Chess, but Checker. And it's a DJ copy. So I feel extra cool to have a DJ copy. Thank you, Ross. But anyway, there's a song on here. It is Shut Up Woman. It's just like your standard patronizing, patriarchal bullshit misogyny. Fuck misogyny. Eliminate misogyny. So otherwise, this record rules. Misogynistic song. That's the one I'd get rid of. If you had to pick only one album from each of the last 6 decades, what would they be? I am gonna bow out from doing this like live to camera, and I'm gonna do something different here, because how do you pick just one record to represent all of the decades? That's a really hard question. I have a hard time doing that one, so I'm gonna skip that one for now. Number 9 now. You get the opportunity to spend a day alone with one artist, walking a mountain trail, the beach, or hanging out in the city. Who would be that artist? This one's a really easy one for me, because my friend Matthew Schneider, I haven't seen him in ages. We lost touch. He kind of dropped off of social media, but he's this fantastic guitarist, and this is my favorite record of his. His artist name is Moon Bros. It's Moon Brothers. It's like a throwback to one of the auto part manufacturers from the heyday of hot rods and so on. So they were the ones that made the dished wheel covers that are just like a moon and moonies. Anyway, yeah, Moon Brothers. And it's, man, this record also is very affordable, but it's also really good. It's kind of his masterpiece as far as his music is concerned. Awesome Chicago guitarist Matthew Schneider. I love you. I miss you. Let's hook up. Number 11. Show a record that contains a track that always brings a tear to the eye. That one's pretty easy for me. This record has a song on here that I usually play whenever somebody I know dies. It's the one that evokes that kind of sad emotion, or connects me to the most basic spark of the universe, if you want to say that. Mingus, 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 Mingus by Charles Mingus. This is the record that really got me into jazz. This is a doll reissue. It's just obviously cut from a CD, so I need to get a new copy of this. But this one has a song on it called Goodbye Pork Pie Hat. It is like a song for Lester Young after he died. Mingus highly respected the guy, and Lester Young always wore a pork pie hat. And yeah, Mingus wrote when he found out. I think it was one of those things where he started writing it in his mind as soon as he heard that Young had died, and he recorded it a bunch of times. But this particular version on Mingus, 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 Mingus. This record has my favorite Mingus band in it. It's orchestrated by Bob Hammer. It was just lightning in a bottle. They did really good stuff together. The Mingus band sounds amazing, and it's so good. And that particular song is so evocative for me. I remember listening to that when a number of people that I really cared about passed away. And it's always going to be my go-to. It's that one really just... Show 3 albums from artists you've tried and tried to love. You're questioning why you bother. I am going to show only one record for this. And it's actually not really an artist that is a leader so much as... I'm just going to say it. I fucking hate Jaco Pastorius. Jaco Pastorius had this improvisational skill that has made him the favorite bass player of almost all bass players ever since Jaco was alive. But he has the worst bass sound I have ever heard. Jaco Pastorius and his bass that was made of farts, I just want to eliminate from this whole universe. He made hundreds of bass players' basses also sound like they're made of farts. What is wrong with you, world? Why do you like Jaco Pastorius? The dude literally named himself for being good at sports. That's no artist. That's a douchebag. Bass made of farts. Okay, show an album from an artist whose character disappoints you, or can you separate the artist from the art? Yeah, I am really good at separating the art from the artist in this particular case. Making his second appearance in my vinyl tag is James Brown. This particular record is Get on the Good Foot, which is an amazing album. Quite self-indulgent in moments, like some of his full records are, but this one's got a good datefold. JB, he was a scumbag, really, in a lot of different ways. He was abusive towards his, I think, wives, girlfriends. He was abusive to his band. He didn't give them as much money as they deserved. Heck, he was a tremendously gifted artist, and his music is eternal, and I will always love it, but the guy was just no good in some ways. If I had to sell all my vinyl along with my record player, show the one album you would hold on to as a keepsake. I bought this thing in like 1996 or 98 or something like that. It was not very old then. My copy is still sealed. It's Lou Reed and John Cale, Songs for Drella. I was and remain highly influenced by the whole pop art factory experience of Andy Warhol. These guys were part of it, and I was in love with the Velvet Underground back in the 90s. I found this still sealed at my favorite record shop back then, Full Circle Records in Crystal Lake, Illinois. That's like the one place from the 90s that I wish I could go back to, is Full Circle more than anything else. But yeah, I bought this and I didn't play it right away, and I was like, I'm going to save this for when I meet a couple of goals, like major life goals. And that was almost 30 years ago, and it's still sealed. So yeah, this is the one that I'm definitely not getting rid of. Hopefully one of these days I will unseal it, because I have surpassed these challenges of mine. Discuss your VC highlight of 2025. I've been actually trying to reach out a little bit more in real life to vinyl community members. I did some email exchanges with Emma from A Vinyl Low the other week, but yeah, my highlight would be having sent a couple of records up to Richard from the vinyl community, Gunkles, and his own channel is Calvin Wazoo. You talked about him in a video, and that made me really happy. But yeah, that's what I'm going to, yeah, I want to have like real world experiences with you record loving people, because I love the record loving community. It's good times, and yeah, I'm actually trying to get there, but yeah, I'm a germaphobe thanks to COVID, so it's... Name your favorite musical biopic, if I have one. I have a bunch of favorite music documentaries. The most recent one that I've seen is just the Howlin' Wolf story. I saw it on Amazon Prime. It was streaming there, and it was really good. It's just like it's like middle of the road, average style music biography documentary, but it's about Howlin' Wolf, and his life was really interesting, and specifically his band was so good. Like him going up to Chicago and working with Chess Records after having grown up in Mississippi. Man, his bass player was Willie Dixon, who's string bass. Willie Dixon is just one of the best of all time, and his guitarist was Hubert Sumlin, who had this kind of iconoclastic style that was apparently exactly what Howlin' Wolf wanted him to do, but I don't know. He was fascinating. Good movie. Definitely watch it if you can. Howlin' Wolf story. It's I don't know. It's from like the late 90s or something. It's like a PBS style documentary, but it's really good, and it's about a really interesting artist. Give 3 reasons why jazz matters, and show a favorite album. I love jazz because it is a singular American art form. I love art. I'm American, and jazz music is definitely one of those things that I'm very proud to be a part of the culture that has created that. I've seen a number of jazz shows over the years, thanks to knowing some people who have played the music. And I love how it is improvisational. I love how it is an abstract music that doesn't require words. It's literally like an abstract painting, but with music. Like, that's so cool, and I'm so happy that it exists. And as for, I'm just going to show this, Cannonball en Route. This is one of my dad's old records. It is on Mercury. And it's got a song on here called That Funky Train, which has this awesomely funky string bass groove throughout the whole thing. All right. Number 18. You're an innocent man on death row. They give you one last musical request. What do you ask for? I had to research this one. I'm going to ask for John Cage's As Slow as Possible, a live stream of that song getting played by an organ over in Halberstadt, Germany. It will be playing until the year 2640. So that would be it. I would be able to finish however much time I had left naturally. Probably jailed, but yeah. I could paint, and I don't even want to think about what the rest of my life in jail would be like, but I could paint and listen to this John Cage music forever, which would probably be mostly one or two notes. But yeah, I will game the system on that one. Sell my favorite artist to a new listener. Show one essential album and explain why you should make time for it. All right, folks, I know that there are a lot of people who are older in the vinyl community and people who don't really like hip-hop rap. And this is just for you. You've heard of Wu-Tang Clan, of course. And these are... Well, this is one record, different variants here. This is Return to the 37th Chamber by Al Michaels Affair. It is the second in an installment of music inspired by the Wu-Tang Clan. Al Michaels was the guy who was contacted by one of the Wu-Tang Clan members for a live tour. He wanted somebody to put together a band, and Al Michaels was the guy who had called to do it. And it's so groovy. It is so fun. It's hard-hitting soul, funk, jazz, but it's all influenced by the Wu-Tang Clan, and it's unique. He's such a good producer. It makes everything sound vintage and right, and it's so good. Al Michaels Affair, people. Al Michaels Affair. A VC meetup in 2026, excluding those you've already met. Invite 3 people who most like me. I haven't met anybody from the VC outside of like one person I already knew in real life. Like I said, I'm working on that, but I've got a good one here. We're going to go international all the way. We're going to start with John, the 6-inch pianist, and then we're going to go to a whole different continent for Katie Chords at Chords Records, Australia. Represent, and then we're gonna swing around to, well, I guess it's, this is a different continent again. In East Asia, we're going to Japan for Japan Vinyl Style. I think his name is Brian. I should have looked that up, shouldn't I? I go for somebody from the UK, somebody from Australia, somebody from the US, but now in Japan, and I think it'd be fun. It'd be the good times. So much different music we could talk about. And I think the vibes would be nice too. And that's going to be it for my vinyl tag. I'm actually back in the record room for this. So that makes me happy. I spent a long time getting this camera ready and pointing my good microphone at myself. So hopefully it is more watchable than some of my other stuff sitting in my car. Otherwise, good luck to everybody. It's a weirdly fascist time no matter where you are in the world nowadays. So good luck with this 2026 thing. And let's try to build a better world out of this shit. Okay? It's time to do this right. Let's make it a Star Trek future, huh? Yes, Star Trek future. Let it start in 2026. Live long and prosper, my fellow Earthlings.